spaghetti.
She clearly wasn't ready. Brava, pupa!
Good job! Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We're the Fois family, but also known as the ReStylers. So for those of you who do know us and didn't know that we've moved, surprise! And for those of you who don't know us and are new here, and you've never seen these faces before, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. We really appreciate it.
I'm Davide.
I'm Stephanie, and this is our gorgeous baby girl, Eva. Eva. Say hello, Eva.
Hello.
Good job. So we pretty much structured this like a little bit of a casual interview for ourselves so we can get out everything we want to say. So now that Eva's down playing, let's just have a little chat about what we did. Stop. She's looking at us like, you've betrayed me.
Dude. Okay, let's do it quick before she reaches us.
So yeah, we moved to Italy, and we moved here because, in case you can't hear the accent when Davide has spoken before, he's from Italy, Sardinia in particular, and we are actually pretty much living with his whole family. This wall behind us is literally also their wall. We're attached. We're attached. We're tight.
So, why did we move overseas?
Good question.
Well.
So if you didn't know, we actually were living in Australia before this. I'm Australian. I've actually got Italian heritage, but I grew up in Australia. I am Australian. And you grew up here in Sardinia. So yeah, that's one big reason why we moved back. One, so his parents and family could meet Eva and get to know her and spend some good quality, very close contact time with her as we were living next to each other in the same house essentially.
And the other reason is for me to study in here because for me, I'm actually Italian citizen, it's free. Yay.
All for the free, but also we thought it would be good for you to study in your first language.
Yes.
And also because he could do what he wanted to do in such a certain amount of time here, from being 3 years into say 1.5 years. Which brings us to the second question, I guess, or the third question, whichever we're at. But how long do we plan to stay here in Sardinia? And that's about 2 years max, we think.
By the time we got here.
Yeah, so 1.5 it started out as, and now we're pretty much at, we think it would be 2 years at least. And where we go after that, we don't know, but I do plan for that place to be for a long time, maybe forever. Oh, also because Davide got a job offer which also falls into alignment with his studies and what we want to go and get into in the future. So that's pretty much why we moved over. Now I kind of really wanted to ask ourselves and also put in the video the answer to how we feel about being over here so far. I mean, like a little update for the last 2 months. Obviously, for my experience so far, I'm not from Italy originally, so he's kind of, in my opinion, you've fallen right back into the swing of things in a way. But obviously it's been different though having me and Eva with you and being part of
having a family here. It's hardish to manage between two families, so yeah, but it's good.
Sometimes it's
really
a bit caught in the middle, I guess.
Yes, and sometimes, but usually it's very good. All in here.
With the family.
With my family. Just as much as I love being, of course. You can't with your family.
Except in Cairns with my family, we're not like living together. Even though my parents were over so often, sometimes it felt like we were. I guess David has settled right back into it a bit more. Obviously, yeah, there's still some challenges with that and
Yes,
having
definitely.
our own little family unit, which is obviously most important to us as a whole, but also having to deal with Nonna living downstairs and also deal with like his family literally being on behind that wall essentially. As for me, I'd say like in short response, now I'm feeling really good about it all. At the beginning, Davide will know full well that I was pretty, I had some moments where I was pretty down and unhappy, keeping it real. Probably because, yeah, everything was really well set up for us in Australia, and we had set up our house, as you've probably seen if you are part of the family, and if not, go check them out. But yeah, we had our house more or less set up pretty much exactly how we wanted it. We had Eva's room all done, and more than that we had friends and family. So yeah, in Australia it was
Pretty comfortable.
yeah, it was comfortable. That's actually what I was going to say. I was, I'm not just saying that. Yeah, it was comfortable. We were comfortable. And moving overseas has been quite uncomfortable. I've actually felt very uncomfortable, not in an uncomfortable way. If that makes sense, as in I felt very uncomfortable from the sense of being pushed to do things I probably wouldn't normally do outside of my comfort zone, if that makes sense. Doing things and trying things that are totally outside of my comfort zone. Whereas in Australia, obviously with my family, or wherever it be, with my family, I totally feel comfortable to be myself and relax in that and who I am. Whereas here, you know, moving here, especially with a baby, you know, everyone here has their own opinions, because that's just what comes with being Italian, I guess. Everyone has their own opinion and they will tell you about it. Anyway, we'll get into that in another video potentially. But yeah, for the most part, it's just been hard, I guess, like it would be for anyone going to another family that they're not used to. And also, we've had a ton of good times as well so far. I've had so many good times. I love the landscape here, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the food here most of the time. And I also do love Davide's family. I always have. I am so blessed with like the best mother-in-law and father-in-law in the world. So I really am. And I think the challenges that have arisen are just the typical baseline communication challenges that would happen with any family, really, like that you're not used to living with. So it's not like we have like fights or anything. It's just, you know, things that I'm getting used to pretty much. Would you say?
Yes.
But now, probably 2 months in, I definitely feel like I'm starting to settle in more, starting to figure out like, you know, everyone's kind of routine and how they tick to a degree, and, you know, everyone's limits and boundaries, and people are starting to understand ours. It just has taken a while for everyone to get used to us being here and for us to get used to being here, if that makes sense. But now I'm really, I'm optimistic, and I'm not just saying that, I really am enjoying living here. And
It's only gonna get better.
yeah, I know, like, and I know that it will have its challenges, that I am sure of, life always does, but I think that it's going to be a great success living here, and I'm starting to feel it already. So yeah, that hopefully answers a bit about how we're feeling at the moment about everything. And now I just kind of want to discuss a bit about what we plan for the future with our channel here. We're not just going to be doing DIYs and renovations anymore, but we also plan to do, you know, more videos like this.
About us.
About us, about us. That's pretty much the best way to say it, isn't it? Of course, we'll be still doing our renovations and our DIYs, but we also want to share this part of our lives with you too, and we just want to be genuine. So yeah, we hope you've liked this video. I know it's a bit different for us. If you have any questions, any at all, feel free to ask away in the comments below, or hit us up on Instagram, and I will link that here in the video, and also I'll put it in the description box below if you want to find us there. And that'll be more like, you know, even more regular updates from our day-to-day life there.
And so thanks for watching.
And yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. We really appreciate your time and your support and your love. And Again, if you are not part of our family already, then we'd love to have you. Feel free to do so by hitting that subscribe button down below. Be blessed.
And have a great week.
And we'll see you next time. Ciao,
Ciao
for now. Oh gosh.